Okay. So explain your business background and then describe your data set.
So good morning, Professor and friends. So in this project, the data set that we use are sales data, customer data, and product data. And the reason why we choose this data set is because it reflects a real-world business scenario, especially in retail or e-commerce. And these data sets are interconnected, which allow us to perform data integration and analyze the relationship between customers, products, and transactions. And here's for the sales data. It contains like the sales ID, product ID, date, quantity, price, discount, and customer. And for
wait a minute, slow down. Let me see again. The sales data. Okay, this is sales data. Sales ID, product ID, date, quantity, price, discount, customer ID, sales ID. So there's no order ID, or the sales ID is equal to order ID. Can you show me the Excel file or? Zoom in very bigger. Make it bigger. Okay, zoom in. That's good. So sales ID. So sales ID equal to order ID. Okay, that's good. It's not employee sales representative. Okay, so we have customer ID, product ID. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Next, customer. Customer table. And keep going. Yeah. Keep introduce your data set.
And here it is in customer we have the age, gender, region, customer ID, and the name.
Okay, good.
And for those data set, we have category, supplier ID, cost price, product ID, and product name.
Okay, good. Okay, what issue do you have in your data set?
So our main issue is the data set is still separate into several files. And so we have to do the merge.
Okay.
One to another. And another issue is like there's a high cardinal categorical variables. It's more than 100, so maybe it can.
It's just warning. It's just a warning.
It is a warning.
Yeah. It's not a big issue because all the IDs should be different, right? All product ID should be different.
And not all the column that we're gonna use in this analysis. It's just like some column that we're gonna use. I think the issue is not that much.
Okay, keep going.
And we have some widgets that we use in this project. We have a merge widgets, select all widgets, distribution, and pivot table. So the process of the workflow is we imported all the three data sets into Orange: the sales, the customers, and the product. And we perform the data integration by merging the data sets. The first one we merge the sales data with customer data using the customer ID.
Okay.
Here, and the second one, we merge the results of the first match data with the product data using the product ID.
Okay, product ID. Got it.
And as a result, we obtain the complete data set that contains transaction details along with customer and product information. And we perform data cleaning by selecting only relevant columns using select columns tool. And after that, we conduct exploratory data analysis using distribution tool and pivot table. So in here we can see which category of the products that have the high cell. Like here is the electronic one that like sold the most. And for the regions, like we can tell that the Midwest area, like the most purchase and gender, age, so we can see the pattern. And for the default one is like the summarize and the aggregate the data, and it allows us to analyze total sales, product performance, and customer activity. And that's all of us.
That's it? That's out of it?
Yeah. For overall, so our data set is a good example of multi-detailed data set. Because actually, we also face one issues because the data set is like useful for basic retail sales from retail sales analysis, but it also has limitations. For example, like it doesn't directly include profit, it doesn't include deeper behavioral variables. So the analysis is mainly focused on customer information, product information, and transactions quantity. Therefore, we think that by combining sellers, customers, and product can build complete data set for the analysis. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you also have the scatter plot. What do you want to share with us? Want to share with us scatter plot?
Yeah, this actually we added because we want to see another visualizations. Actually, we only use default tables, but yeah, we found that this also useful table, so you can see like more easier electronics become a hyper chat, home appliance, and so on.
Okay, scatter plot.
Yes.
And based on your workflow, on the left-hand side we have three tables called sales table, customer table, and product table. And how do you decide which one play the role of main table? How do you decide which table should be the main table? How do you decide?
We
You have
choose
three tables.
sales as the main table because sales include the things like customer ID, feature ID here. That's why sales become the main table in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gary, you want to say something?
No.
No?
No.
I just okay.
But yeah, this is not an error, but actually we also have the difficulties when we saw this warning. Actually, we already try, and we think that this is because we put a customer ID here as a feature, but in Salah column we already put a customer ID as a meta.
What's the difference?
Yeah, because we actually trying to find the reason why our data is like with a warning, and then yeah, it's because in here we put customer ID as a feature, but at the end in Salah column we put the customer ID as a meta.
Okay, go back to on the left side, the first table has a warning message. You can click it.
Yes.
Also, we can see on the button,
Yeah.
categorical variable greater than 100 value, decrease the performance. It's just a warning.
Yes.
Yeah, it just may decrease the performance in Oracle 3. But it's not a big problem. Okay. But okay, close. But you have also using select column. Select column. So open the select column. Double click the column. How do you decide to move the column to the meta? How do you decide? Based on what kind of consideration? You want to move sales ID, product ID, name, product name, customer ID, supplier ID, and date to the meta. Based on what kind of consideration?
Yes, because what we are looking for is want to see this one of the customer informations and the product informations that relate to the quantity and sales factors. That's why we put like the features and the metas like this.
Feature and data. Okay. So you separate the feature and rest of the content put into the meta. Okay. So meta is kind of description. Only is a description, not for real analysis. Right? Only for description. Okay, close it and reopen the scatter plot again. Scatter plot again. So when talk, of course, you based on your setting here, so you can see your setting here. As you can see, we not introduced the scalar plot so far, but use it. Okay, that's good. The axis is category, right? Product category. And the y-axis is cost price. So, of course, I will introduce the scalar plot maybe next week. But since you already applied it, so I would like to say something about scalar plot. Sometimes, you know, the data you show here, if you only want to see the category and the cost price, maybe you can close this one, close this window again, and you have called distribution, right?
Yes.
Distribution. Okay, so. And this also is a category of axis. And this is a frequency, right? Frequency. Yeah, good. For scalar plot. Usually we need the x and y is continuous. Usually, I say usually, and this also is continuous. We have to see the pattern. Let's see the pattern. Is there any association or relationship or correlation? Correlation. We use your scalar plot. We should try to find a pattern. The pattern in terms of correlation between two continuous variable. You know, as you can see here, you also can use categorical data. See that? Double click, scalar plot. On the axis, you use the categorical, right? Of course, you can use it in here, but usually people use scalar plot to find the correlation, or even find the groups. Find the groups or clusters in the data set. So that's usually the most frequent way to use the scalar plot. The first one is called correlation between two continuous variable. The second one is try to find the groups or cluster in the data set. We also will talk about that later, after this week. Okay? But it's good. Okay, we can close it. Thank you for your presentation. Okay, next. The last group.
Okay, so good morning, Professor, and all of the friends in this room. So first of all, we come from Group 1, me, Bees, together with Iggy. And first of all, we want to introduce our data sets first. So we got the data sets from Kaggle, from Mr. Lagavenda Gandhi. So the data set is about the retail, customer, and transaction data sets in the USA. So in this data set is actually they have more than around 7 files, but we choose, since we want to merge the data, so we choose 2 out of 7 that they have something in common, which is the customer ID. So as you guys can see, they have transaction and customer here. And if you see here, they have the customer ID in both files. So that's why the reason why we choose these 2 files. And also, there is some problem with our data set that we got. Even though from Kaggle they have some pre-clean, but they still have little problem. For example, as you guys can see here, they have the question mark, and they have, like, as you guys see here, 2.0% missing data.
Okay.
So that's why we have to do the cleaning data process before we use this data. So how we clean our data is we using select rows widgets. So as you guys can see here, which one is the question mark, we will use, for example, product name. The thing that is not the number, we will use this one, is defined. So after we choose this one, the question mark will be gone. But for something that is the price or the number, we will use the is greater than, because it's the number, and we choose the number that we want it to be more than. For example, this one, the price, if the number is more than 1, it will be shown. Something like that. And after we clean the data, here is the before is the question mark, and after is this one. See, it have no missing data in this.
Okay.
This one. So after we clean the data in the first one, we merge the data, and also because it's come from the 2 file, transaction and customer, it still have some problem, which is the question mark. So we have to do the second round of the cleaning. So we do the same things, which is defined to, like in the first phase of the clean. And after that, we got the clean data. And after we got the clean data, we can use this data to do a lot of things. For example, the visualization and also the data table. Because in the business world, we need to have some report. For example, to predict the sales or what we should focus on, something like that. And for today, we have 4 examples. And first example, we explain by B.
Okay, so for the first visualization, we choose to use the box plot widget. So why do we use the box plot widget? Because we want to see which customer segment has spent the most money or buy the most product from our company. So with this widget, we can easily visualize the age specifically. And here we want to focus on the age demography of our customer. And as you can see here, the most of the buyers are elderly, like 50 plus is our main customer segment. So based on this data, we can have better decisions about what we are going to do in terms of how we sell or market our product. And our second visualization is by city. So we use bar plot here. We use bar plot here to see which city has the most sale. So in here, we can see that the city that has the most sale is Chicago. But we do encounter a problem here because there is so many cities. Like this one, only the data has too many instances, only first 200 are shown. So we don't know how we can show all of the data, and also we don't know how can we show all of the data without the name of the city being compromised like this. So maybe you can help us later about that. And so that with this data, we can also see our customer segment, in which city we can probably focus more on our business. And the next will be explained by you.
Okay, and the next example, actually the last two is very similar because after we clean all the data, we want to know, for example, sales per customer. So we have to use the select column widget, and in here we want to know which customer by how much. So we have to choose customer ID and all the transaction date, their name, and this one actually have or don't have is not that matter. And for the number here, we choose quantity. So it's how much they buy, and the data table will show you like this. So we can know which customer buy how much products. And this one, we not only can see how much the customer buy the products, we can use this one for the future. For example, like we can have, we can know how to focus on which group of the customer, or we can create some VIP group or some promotion for the customer that are very loyal to our brand. For example, we have to do this one every month. For example, if we see Mr. Justin, they keep coming back to buy our products, so we can know that, oh, okay, he is our loyal customer, so we can focus on him, and also we can provide him some promotion, something like that in the future. And the last one is the sales per product. So this one is very simple. So we want to know which product is sell the most. So in the select column, we choose product name and then quantity. So this one we can know which product is our best selling, and also which product that we should focus on. And I think that is all for our
Okay.
wonderful.
Okay, that's all for your presentation overall. We have two tables. On the left, we have transaction, we have customer. So the same question, how do you decide which table should be the main table?
For us, we choose the transaction one, because in the customer file they only have the information about the customer. Yeah, only age, gender, and which city. But in the transaction, they have something in common, which is customer ID. So we can know, we already know who buy these things. So that's why they have the product name and how much they buy, the price, and also how they pay. So I think transaction have everything we want to know.
Mm-hmm. So okay, you should be your main table. Okay, that's good. So then you have missing data. So you are using the select rows widget to remove the missing data.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. So okay. So the total number of the transaction based on this table is around 21,677.
Yes.
Okay, that's a large data set. Okay, close to this one, close to this table. I would like to see the bar plot. This one is called box plot, right? So we are still not introduced the box plot so far. You use it for visualization, you know. Usually I will put the visualization after the data transformation, okay, in the data analysis process. So we have two stages. Stage one for data preparation or data transformation. And stage two, we will build a model, including do the visualization of data using box plot, or scatter plot, something like that. And then we'll decide what kind of predictive model we can use to predict the data. So usually I put visualization in the second stage. Right? It's okay, you use it here. The box plot, the main function of box plot is what? Based on your analogy. The main purpose of using box plot.
To visualize, for our understanding, is similar to the bar chart, but this one is like, how to say that?
Yeah, it's similar bar chart, yeah, of course.
Different shades, something like that.
But the main purpose of box plot, when you learn statistics,
Like to see the whole picture of the spread.
the spread or the
Like the
distribution.
shape, the shape of the
The
distribution.
shape of the distribution of a variable. Right, variable. The shape or distribution of a variable or column. But the main purpose of box plot is to help you to detect the outlier. I can see some groups using the scatter plot, to detect the outlier, but actually people will use box plot to detect outlier, not the scatter plot. Okay. So keep in mind. Okay. So the main purpose of the box plot is to detect outlier. Okay. Close this one. Close. Okay, let's take a 10 minutes break, then we come back.
Mau turun dulu. Nanti aja sekalian. Sambung lah. Masuk. Ayo.